Good morning, all 10th class students. Today I am going to introduce a new topic, relative class. It is taken from your textbook, first unit. After completing the lesson Attitude is an Aptitude, this topic is introduced, that is relative class and kinds of relative class. Relative classes are two kinds. They are defining and non-defining relative class. First of all, we should know what is relative class. An adjective class is also called relative class. An adjective class is also called relative class. They are subordinating clauses. They are subordinating clauses. What is subordinating clause? They are subordinating clauses. What is subordinating clause? See, I am giving one example. I bought a bag which was new. I bought a bag which was new. It is subordinating clause. An adjective clause is also called relative clause. Relative clauses are subordinating clauses that can describe a noun or noun phrase. That can describe noun or a noun phrase. It is subordinating clause. When we want to combine two sentences, we use relative clause. When we want to combine the two sentences, we use relative clause. When we want to combine the two sentences that describes the same noun, noun, we use relative clause. The noun can be a subject or object in a sentence. The noun can be a subject or object in a sentence. For example, here, see the same sentence I am going to write in two sentences. I bought a bag. I bought a bag. It was new. I bought a bag. It was new. Here two sentences I have taken, two separate sentences. I want to make it one sentence. Whenever we want to combine two sentences that describes the same noun, we use relative clause. See here, I bought a bag. It was new. These are two separate sentences, but that describes the same noun. What is it? The bag, same noun. I bought a bag, it was new. That's why I have written by using the relative pronoun which. I make it one sentence. So it is relative clause. It describes the same noun. So it is relative clause. And it is also subordinating clause, which was new. What is subordinating clause? It doesn't give complete meaning, it gives some meaning, but to give complete meaning it depends on the main clause. It is subordinating clause. As I told you before, adjective clause is also called relative clause, and they are subordinating. Relative clauses are subordinating clauses, and that can describe a noun or a noun phrase. Adjective clause are also called relative clause. Relative clauses are subordinating clauses that describe noun or noun phrase. Here, whenever we want to combine two sentences that describes the same noun, we use relative clause. The noun can be a subject or object in a sentence, or an object. The noun can be a subject or an object in a sentence. They are of two kinds. Relative clauses are two kinds. One is defining and another one is non-defining. Defining and non-defining relative clauses. There are two kinds of relative clauses. One is defining and another one is non-defining relative clause. Those two are given in your textbook, page number 11. Students, look at the textbook while watching video. I have taken these two examples from your textbook. One example for defining relative clause. I have told you what is relative clause. An adjective clause is also called relative clause. Relative clauses are subordinating clauses that describes a noun or noun phrase. Whenever we want to combine two sentences that describes the same noun, we use relative clause. The noun can be a subject or an object in a sentence. See here I have given a simple way. I make you understanding two sentences. I make it combine as one sentence by using relative pronoun which. This is relative pronoun. The sentence is relative clause. It is relative clause that describes the same noun. So it is relative clause. Here there are two kinds of clauses, defining and non-defining. Defining relative clause, for example, the woman who taught him, who taught me surfing had been bitten by a shark. Had been bitten by a shark. See another example. Nick, who was teased and bullied, who was teased and bullied, had an electric wheelchair for mobility. See, I have taken two sentences. Example for defining, I have taken this sentence. The woman who taught me surfing had been bitten by a shark. The woman who taught me surfing had been bitten by a shark. Number two, see, Nick, comma, who was teased and bullied, comma, had an electric wheelchair for mobility. Nick, comma, who was teased and bullied, comma, had an electric wheelchair for mobility. You compare these two sentences. See what you have understood. Here there is no comma. Defining relative clause doesn't take comma. This is so it is defining relative clause. Non-defining relative clause gives extra information about Nick. So it takes comma, see Nick, comma, who was teased and bullied. It gives extra information about noun. So it is non-defining relative clause. Here defining relative clause, it defines the noun. Here what is the noun here? The woman. It gives, it describes or it qualifies or it describes noun, the woman. So it is defining clause. Here the noun is given extra information. Extra information. So it was separated by commas or hyphens. That is non-defining relative clause. Defining relative clause doesn't take comma. If you compare these two sentences, you can understand. Students, it describes the noun in the first sentence. It doesn't take comma. So it is defining relative clause. It takes commas, it gives extra information about the noun. Extra information is added. So commas are taken in non-defining relative clause. We can identify the defining and non-defining relative clauses in this way. The sentence which doesn't take comma and it describes the noun, it is defining and defining relative clause. And in non-defining relative clause, it takes commas or hyphens and it gives additional information. So it is called non-defining relative clause. Relative clause, to make relative clause, you should know about relative pronouns. Relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are used to make relative clause. Relative pronouns are used. What are the relative pronouns? That, who, which, who, whose, whom, which, what. To make relative clause, we use relative pronouns and relative adverbs also. These are relative pronouns, relative adverbs. Relative adverbs, what are they? Where, when, why. By using relative adverbs or relative pronouns, we make relative clauses. Relative clauses are formed by using relative pronouns that, who, whose, whom, which, what are relative adverbs, where, when and why. By using these words we make relative clauses, and then we combine the two sentences that describes the same noun. So relative pronoun who is used, relative pronoun who is used instead of noun or pronoun, in subject position. Who is used, where who is used, in what kind of sentences we have to use who is used instead of noun or pronoun in a subject position. That means here see, I, we, you, he, she, they. Whom is used instead of noun or pronoun in an object position. Instead of noun or pronoun in an object position. Suppose me, us, you, him, her, them. Whose indicates possession. This shows possession. The word whose, the relative pronoun whose, shows possession. Who, the man who is standing near the gate is our watchman. The man who is standing near the gate is our watchman. See, who is used instead of noun or pronoun in subject position. For example, the man who is standing near the gate is our watchman. The man is standing near the gate. He is our watchman. So to combine these two sentences, we use relative pronoun and subjective case. Who is standing? He is standing near the gate. See, he. Instead of subjective case, we use here who. Okay, who is used instead of noun or pronoun in a subject position. Whom is used instead of noun or pronoun in an object position. This man is a kind person whom I have come across. This man is a kind person whom I have come across. Whose? I helped the boy whose parents were no more. Whose parents were no more. See, by using relative pronouns, we make relative clauses. Relative pronouns are that, who, whose, whom, which, what, and relative adverbs where, when, Why? By using relative pronouns, either relative pronouns or relative adverbs, we make relative clauses. Who is used instead of noun or pronoun in a subject position, and whom is used instead of noun or pronoun in an object position. Whose shows possession. I helped the boy whose parents were no more. And then we go to that and which. Actually, that and which are used for things. For things, that and which are used for things. They are often interchangeably. That is used for things. Generally, that and which are used for things. Actually, in defining clauses, mostly we use that. Mostly we use that in defining clauses. Non-defining relative clause doesn't take that. Doesn't take that. For example, this is the forest. This is the forest. Sorry. I wanted, see one example, I wanted to visit the forest. I want to visit the forest that has the world's longest canopy walk. See here, that indicates particular one. I wanted to visit the forest that has the world's longest canopy walk. Suppose the same sentence I write by using which also. I want to visit a forest which has a long canopy walk. Here which means any forest. I want to visit any forest. I want to visit a forest which has a long canopy walk. Any forest. Here means particular one. Here that using means particular one. I wanted to visit the forest that has the world's longest canopy walk. Here by using that means the particular forest. I wanted to visit the particular forest. That means here I want to visit a forest which has a long canopy walk. Any forest. This one particular one. Here the words that and mostly that is used before superlative degrees. Superlative degree. For example, this is the, sorry, this not this, he is the tallest man. He is the tallest man that I have seen. See, after superlative degree we use that. He is the tallest man that I have seen. Some words like after these words, what are they? All, any, anything, none, nothing. None, nothing. After these words we use that. After these words, after some words like all, any, anything, none, nothing. For example, I don't have any time. I don't have any time that I can spare. After some words like all, any, anything, none, nothing, we use relative pronoun that. I don't have any time that I can spare. Here superlative degree. After superlative degree we use relative pronoun that. He is the tallest man that I have seen. Next, some relative pronouns who and what also we use that. What is it that bothering you? That bothering you. See, here we use that. The interrogative sentences starts with who or what we use. We use that. What is it that bothering you? In these cases we have to use that and which. Students, you should not get any confusion. Where do we use? Generally that and which are used for things, and I make it separate in which case we have to use that and which case we have to use which. And I wanted to visit the forest that has the world's longest canopy walk. That means that particular forest, the particular one. Here any forest which has a long canopy walk. I want to visit a forest which has a long canopy walk. Any one, any forest. So, some points you have to remember. What are the points before superlative degrees? We have to use relative pronoun that. He is the tallest man that I have seen. And some words like after, all, any, anything, none, nothing, we use relative pronoun that. I don't have any time that I can spare. And relative sentences begin with who or what we use that. What is it that bothering you? So in these three cases we use that, and particularly defining relative clauses we use that, and non-defining relative clause doesn't. In non-defining relative clause we doesn't use that. We use which then. Next, relative adverbs. Students, to introduce relative clause we use relative adverbs also. What are relative adverbs? Where, when and why. Where is used to indicate place, and when is used to indicate time, and why is used to indicate reason or purpose. So here I have written one example. I can't forget the days when I stayed. It indicates time. That means when. We have to take the relative adverb when. I can't forget the days when I stayed with my grandparents. This is the college. Place. Here where is used to refer to place. This is the college where I studied degree. Where I studied degree course. This is the college where I studied degree course. Why? He can explain why he has come late. Why he has come late. He can explain why he has come late. So for reason we have to use relative adverb why, and for place where, and time when. This is about relative clause, students. There are of two kinds, defining and non-defining relative clause, and examples. And where do we use who, which, whose, that, what, and everything I have explained. Where we have to use relative adverbs and where we have to use relative pronouns. Watch this video and practice it well. Thank you.